What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Got another mural today. We're working out of a high school again, senior school. Got a really fun design, super bright, super colourful. It's sort of like half-wall banner style. Got my brushes, got my paints ready to go. So let's pack the car and jump into it. Some very classic Melbourne weather going on here today. So this mural was actually a little bit harder than I first anticipated to set up. I totally forgot that the roof was on a massive slant, but the first thing you're going to see me do here is mask off the door fixings, the metal door fixings, and then you're going to see me start to mask out my top and bottom lines for this piece. So the bottom line was straightforward enough. I just used the floor as a guide point or an anchor point to measure upwards and measure out my straight line that will run the bottom section of my mural. The top section I normally would have measured downwards from the roof, but because the roof was on a slant, as I said, I had to measure upwards from the floor. So I just measured about 30 or 40 centimeter sections, and you'll see me sort of tape across using one long section of tape. But because the roof was on a slant, there was sort of this weird illusion that it wasn't straight, but it was. But I'm just going to stop here and let you enjoy this tape peel. But yeah, as per usual, essentially once I've got all my sections masked off with tape, which has played a huge role in this mural, I went through a hell of a lot of tape. You're going to see me start to develop some of the illustrative sections. So as per usual, just using chalk to sketch in my actual designs over these sort of coloured block sections, and then start to paint straight over the top of those. So the whole sort of concept and idea behind this mural was just to bring a bit of life to the senior school building, bring a bit of vibrancy. Before the mural there was some old pictures there wasn't really much happening, and the whole sort of building just felt a little bit stagnant. So the whole idea was just, to bring a bit of colour and life to the building. And the idea behind the design was to have a design that we could chop and change between buildings. So we're sort of looking at maybe doing another 4 or 5 of this sort of style of mural across the school, particularly in the VCE common room, or the Year 12 common room would be another really great spot. But the idea, behind the actual design itself was that so we could chop and change these different sectioned areas, and change the words and change the overall feel of the mural, but keeping the overarching sort of theme and style consistent so that it sort of flows from one building to the other. I seem to get asked this in most videos, so just to really quickly touch on it, I'm using just regular housing indoor paint from my local hardware store. Here in Australia, it's Bunnings is normally the place that I will buy my paint from. But aside from that, brushes as well, I'm sort of just really using a mix mash of brushes that I've either gotten from Bunnings or art stores. I've got a bit of a collection now of brushes that I will use specifically only for murals. I think it's important to keep your sort of mural brushes separate from your fine art and also like canvas style brushes, because the paint is quite different and your mural brush is going to cop a lot more of a beating. Aside from brushes though, what else have I used? A lot of tape, as I said. For the most part, I like the blue branded tape. It's kind of hard. I do sort of have a preference on tapes now. That's the brand that I tend to go for because I find that it bleeds the sort of least amount. But when you're sort of masking off areas, I think it's more important to just have to never have too much water in your actual paint and not water it down too much, because that's what causes it to drip and to bleed. Other than that, I was using 2 different ladders, platform ladders, are fantastic for murals, and a lot of drop sheets. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Sort of touched on everything that I wanted to. If anyone has any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section and I'll do my best to get back to you. But yeah, for now, that's it, and I'll catch you in the next video.